Having someone like you and give you the thumbs up feels amazing, especially if it's an attractive girl. But this is a trap, because you become someone who's chasing for their approval. And that's when you start to feel anxious. Now, how do you turn this approach anxiety into an authentic approach? My name is Edin, and I'm helping guys just like you feel worthy enough to say and do what they really want, and in the same way create an abundant dating life. Right now I'm in Barcelona, but a few months back I was living in Georgia, and this place is currently hosting two of the UFC champions of the world. So of course I was down, I was boxing, I was training with the guys, not the UFC guys, but these guys can fight. And after a practice, I sat down in the locker room with the two of them, and we were discussing like, what are we doing besides boxing? They asked me, man, what are you doing? And I told them, I'm working as a dating coach. And it didn't take long before they were asking me questions. And it took us about 15 minutes to understand why they were not dating and how to solve it. Now I'm gonna give it to you in 5 minutes. First, we gotta go to the basics. And you might do this as well, because most guys they're complicating things. And these guys in the locker room were telling me, you know, Georgian girls, they were like gangsters. And that's why I cannot meet a girl. But I was not a gangster, and I was able to have a Georgian girlfriend. GG. So when we overcome this complication and realize it's not true, we can go to the actual basics, just like boxing. So here is the basics of why you might not be dating. First, we figure out, what do you want? And you might want to hang out with a girl. All right, then why are you not doing it? Because you have not asked her out. All right? Why have you not asked her out? Because I'm afraid, you say. I understand. What are you afraid of? Of the rejection that you're gonna get. And this is totally normal. Fear of rejection is stifling most guys, and even myself, I tend to fall for it. But there is a logical reason for why you're feeling this fear of rejection, and there's also a way to solve it. Since your childhood, you were needy. And when I say needy, you were needy, because when you were born, man, you couldn't even eat, you couldn't even do anything by yourself. You needed your parents, and especially your mother. You needed her for everything. And that's fine. Every baby, every child needs his mother. Now, as you grew up, you started to take care of yourself financially, emotionally, mentally. You did everything yourself, but still a part of you subconsciously thinks that you need your mother. And that's a problem, because your mother is your first woman in your life, and every woman that you meet after that is going to be a reflection. You're going to project onto her. And this is not your fault, by the way, because nobody taught you this, and like nobody talks really, like almost nobody talks about this, is that you are still thinking deep down, subconsciously, that you need your mother's approval. So how are you now acting? Well, you don't want to say something or do something which will have her not like you, right? Because you will get her disapproval, and deep down in your child's subconscious mind, you think you're gonna die, because when you were small you would, but you don't anymore. And now the problem is that every woman that you're meeting, you think that, oh, I need to get her approval, if not, I'm gonna die. There's no wonder why you're fearing the rejection. There's no wonder why you're feeling hesitation. And there is no wonder why, man, your mind goes crazy. You think you don't know what to say, and you start to feel anxious. There are two ways. One quick fix and one that takes a little bit of work. I recommend doing both that solve this. But before we go into that, please like the video. If you learned anything new, let's help the other guys as well. Let's not be greedy with what we learn. Let's help the other guys. Share it with someone or just click the like button and the right persons will get it. Before we go into the two steps, there is one thing, the main idea, which they are built upon, which is that you give yourself the thumbs up. You give yourself the approval. Because when you give yourself the approval, which you're totally able to do, you no longer need that approval from her, which means you're no longer attached to the outcome. You're no longer attached to her reaction because you can give yourself that approval. And now you realize that the fear that you had for rejection was just an illusion because you have nothing to be afraid of. She rejects you, you're fine. You're no longer thinking that you're gonna die, you're okay. And now, since you are okay, since you're no longer needing this, then you are not trying so hard, so you're more relaxed. And when you're more relaxed, you're naturally more confident. So you're just gonna say what's on your mind because you're no longer afraid of how she will react because you're okay. And then hesitation, anxiety, fear of rejection, it all disappears because you've given yourself what you need. And when you're focusing on yourself, on giving yourself what you need, then, well, where focus goes, energy flows. So now, not only yourself, not only you, is gonna feel more and be more attractive for yourself, but you're allowing her to come after you because you're focusing now on giving that to yourself. Now, the first quick way that I recommend is a good old affirmation. And this affirmation is, I love and accept myself exactly as I am without needing the approval from anyone else. And I recommend using this affirmation in the mirror, telling it to yourself, because by doing that, you're affirming it and it goes deeper into your subconscious, and also to use it when you're in a moment and you see the girl and you start be anxious, you just give yourself this affirmation, because now you realize, oh, I actually don't need anything from her, I'm fine. And now you can act authentically, and then she can also give you what you want, right? Because you no longer need it, you no longer need anything from her. The second thing is something that goes a little bit deeper. It's an inner journey where you meet your inner mother, because I think at this point you've understood that everything outside is a reflection of what's happening within you. So you also have an inner mother in your subconscious. So you imagine yourself, you visualize yourself going down deep into your subconscious, and from here you meet her and you give back that need for her approval, because you know that you are unconditionally loved. You don't need to get that approval from her. And to help you out with this, I recorded a guided inner journey. You can get it for free. Just click the link down below, write in your email, and you're gonna get it in your inbox. That's it for today. If you are not subscribed, hit the subscription, and I'll see you in the next one.